am Mike Dudas, and welcome to Taurus Baseball Line. And I'd like to introduce my co-host, Nicholas Smecca. Good evening, Nicholas.
Good evening.
Who did you bring with us this week?
So I brought freshman Norman Jackson. He plays third, and he's a pitcher. And then I brought junior James Trimble. Plays a little bit of middle infield, and he pitches.
All right. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the show. We'll start with James. So James, tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll start off with academic-wise. What small learning community are you in?
I'm in STEM.
You're in STEM, okay? And so you're in your junior year. What is your favorite class?
My favorite class is probably engineering with Mr. Langevin.
Langevin. Nicholas, I think we've heard that from every single guy that has Mr. Langevin. I've heard that from the JV guys too. So
yeah, he's awesome.
Must be a great class. I may have to go just sit and just visit and see what's up in that class. I'll probably learn a lot. All right, yeah. So Mr. Langevin's engineering class. And James, which class do you have that you have to work really hard every day to succeed in?
Pre-calculus math.
Pre-calculus. Okay, so what makes that so challenging?
We do a lot of coding that I'm not very good at. That's real tough.
Who's your teacher in that class?
Mr. McIntyre.
Mr. McIntyre. So I'm assuming you got to be on your toes in that class, present all the time, just to keep from digging a deep hole.
Yes, sir.
What other classes are you taking this year?
I'm taking environmental systems, U.S. history, and speech, and ceramics, and that's it.
Okay, it's interesting. So you're a junior. You're taking U.S. history, or are you just taking just like regular U.S. history?
Dual credit.
Dual credit. Okay. All right. Well, why should I be surprised? All you guys take all this AP and honors and dual credit. So who's your teacher for your dual credit U.S. history?
Mr. Larkin.
Mr. Larkin. So I've always heard he's a very interesting teacher.
Yes.
Does he make it entertaining? Then does he dress up sometimes or wear crazy hats or?
He hasn't this year, but he showed us some pictures. Definitely.
Right. So history has it, right, in that class, right? You've seen pictures.
Yes, sir.
And next year you're a big bad senior. So what classes are you looking forward to take next year?
I'm taking Coach Schuster's Galveston history class.
Oh, wow. I've been hearing a lot. I think he's going to have a full load of classes. I heard the superintendent today talking about how he's looking forward to that class, and it's going to be good for the kids of Galveston to, especially when they work around town, to know the history, because you probably found out like a lot of people have lived here, but they don't know a lot of the history behind Galveston. So you're really looking forward to taking that class, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, and I know Coach Schuster's looking forward to teaching it also. After high school, have you thought about what you want to do?
I want to go to GC after, if I don't go play baseball somewhere. And then probably going to get my 2 years there and then transfer to somewhere like A&M or something like that.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So it sounds like a plan to me. All right, so let's move down to Mr. Norman Jackson, the freshman on varsity. How are you doing, Norman? Norman.
Oh.
Okay, there you are. Okay. So how are you doing, Norman?
Pretty good.
All right, so you are a freshman. So tell us about your freshman class load. What are you taking this year?
I'm taking pretty basic classes as far as like everything. I'm taking some of my classes are a little bit higher than others, but most of them are basic.
So just a typical freshman class. And I think you told me once before you're taking your classes through SAIL, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're taking all your classes online. So then James, you could probably hop back in on this. Tell us, Norman, how challenging has it been taking classes online versus just sitting in the classroom every day?
The hardest thing is like actually doing the work and not waiting till last minute.
Just being motivated to keep up with your work and thinking that you have all this time and then all of a sudden everything is due, correct?
Yes.
Just great time management. How about you, James? Are you face to face or are you virtual?
I'm face to face.
Face to face. Okay. So how did it feel the time that we were away and you were doing things virtually?
The same with him. It was tough getting stuff in on time, and it still kind of is just because it's all online. But
right. And just the different class schedule we've had this year with the purple and gold days, right? The block scheduling. Yeah, that's been a little bit different too. All right. So Norman, you're a freshman. So entering your freshman year, have you always dreamed about being on the baseball team?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to, and it happened. So
that's always been your goal?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Norman, so you're with being a freshman, what would you tell future freshmen, like an eighth grader that's sitting out there dreaming about coming to Ball High next year and playing baseball? What would be your biggest piece of advice for that potential player?
Just stay within yourself. Yeah, don't try to do too much.
Good advice. What about you, James? So you have a couple years under your belt. What would you tell a future tour who's dreaming about playing baseball? What's your biggest piece of advice?
Just work hard and don't wait to start doing things that you want to do. Don't push it off. Start working early.
Start working early. All right. So back to Norman. So Norman, being a freshman, and we've watched you pitch, and you've pitched several. The ones I've seen have been very good games. And so tell us about that. The game a couple weeks ago where you had great success, and in the last week's game you had great success, and then you got pulled a little bit early, and then the reliever Andy came in and shut things down. So tell us how everything's going about pitching this year.
Going pretty good. I mean, it helps a lot that I got a pretty good defense behind me, being able to back me up, and offense, especially Nick at third. Catches everything, and a good offensive lineup to help give me runs for the lead.
So in your bag of tricks, what kind of pitches do you throw?
I throw a fastball and curveball and changeup.
Fastball and curveball. Yeah, I've seen your curveball. When your curveball is on, it's pretty wicked.
Yeah, but if it's not, it's kind of
good. So how is it building relationship with your catcher? Tell us about the pitcher and catcher relationship. I guess the bonding and the trust out there.
That's everything. If you don't trust your catcher, you're not going to do good.
And again, so does the catcher, the way things you have set up, does the catcher give you signals about what kind of pitch to throw? Where do the signs come in?
From the coach.
From the
catcher, and he gives them to us.
From the catcher?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, Nicholas, do you have any questions for these guys?
Yeah, I'd like to first go off and ask Norman. You know, Norm, how's it being a freshman on varsity, bro, with all these older guys?
It's like not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Well, that was not the answer I was looking for. I thought it would be a little bit harder, not that easy, but I see how it is. No, I get you, man. Say that again.
Norman, so it sounds like you felt like part of the tour family, the TBOD family. Sounds like everyone's been pretty accepting you into the family. Is that true?
Can you say that again?
It just sounds like your experience of being a part of the team, you really felt like you're part of the baseball family, correct?
Yes, sir. Strong.
All right. Well, that's good to know. And that's a tribute to the rest of the team, too, because sometimes a freshman can kind of come in and feel like the loner or the outsider. And so that's good news there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like Norman's confidence. See how he answered that question? He it felt a little bit easy to him. So he's got good confidence, and it's cool that he's a freshman. And I always tell him, I'm like, dang man, you're really a freshman. Like, why can't you be in my grade? Because Norman, hopefully he can grow into a better player by the end. But yeah. And then James, man, how's it like? I mean, James has hurt everybody. If you don't know that, he had some elbow issues this year, and I'd just like to ask, how is it sitting on the sidelines this year, just watching us and supporting us?
It kind of sucks, but it's fun watching y'all play. I'd much rather be playing,
I bet.
but I support y'all. Y'all doing good.
We appreciate it, James. We appreciate your yells that you give us.
That's what I was going to ask you, Nicholas. Just looking at James, he looks like the jokester of the bunch. Probably always has a lot of laughs, right?
Yes, a lot. He is I say that he is the kid on the team. He is the little kid, and he kind of gets treated like the kid. So
I agree to that. Yeah.
Keep things lively, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's good. That's a good role to have. Everyone has their own place, right? It would be dull if everyone was alike, right, Nicholas?
That's true. Yeah, no, he brings us light at the end of the day, so that's good, you know.
So back to Mr. Norman Jackson over here. So Nicholas, take a mental image of Norman right now with his confidence being a freshman. So just kind of like burn that in your mind and let's revisit in a couple years. If he's this way now, can you imagine how he's going to be in a junior or a senior?
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been kind of talking about with everybody because a lot of people come to our games and they're like, dang, that junior last night really pitched good. I'm like, what junior? And they would say Norman Jackson. I said, no, he's a freshman. So, you know, nobody really expects Norman. He looks 30 years old and he's a freshman. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really mature for his age. So,
yeah. Which that is, I think that takes a big part. And I think that's kind of why he said it wasn't that hard, as he was saying earlier, because like, he is mature for his age, like a lot, and he kind of just fits in with us pretty good. So I think kind of that's why he said that earlier.
So game-wise this week, who do you all play tomorrow? So we're recording this on a Monday night. So tomorrow you guys play out of town, correct?
Yes. Tomorrow we play the Santa Fe Indians at Santa Fe. And, yeah, ready to get back at it, man. We played a pretty good game last Friday against Baytown Sterling. And if we played like that, like the rest of the games, then I think we would, you know, be in a much better spot. But, you know, we're just going to have to come out tomorrow playing like that and we'll be fine. So
then Friday night is a home game, big senior night. And I know there's going to be a 50th anniversary celebration of the historic 1971 team. And so that's going to be a great atmosphere that night. And we invite everyone who's watching to come out early because the pregame ceremonies will probably start around 5:40-ish, 5:45. So don't be late because it's going to be some great things happening. And we have a couple surprises up our sleeve right now. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about big league baseball and that type of thing. We'll start with Nicholas because we haven't really discussed this online this year. Nicholas, who's your favorite ball player, major league ball player?
Jose Altuve, without a doubt, in the Houston Astros. I like Jose because he's a small guy, but he's also the best guy on the baseball field. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that means a lot because I'm not the biggest, right? I'm not the strongest, but the way, you know, he kind of tells everybody is you have to be strong up here and in here. And, like, I'm trying to be like that in life. So I look up to him.
And when he's on and hits those big, long home runs, you got that little guy drove that ball that, you know, far. So, yeah, he's hit some monster home runs.
Yes, he has. And that's why it's really just fun to watch him because you never know what could happen. You never know what's going to happen with him.
What about you, James? Who's your favorite ball player?
I've always liked Andrew McCutchen when I was a little kid, just because how he played, how he was humble, how he carried himself. Always liked him.
All right. And Norman, who do you follow? Who do you like?
Probably Alex Bregman.
Good choice. So why him?
Just because, I mean, the way he plays, he's pretty good. I mean, came from really not that good of like circumstances and motivates a lot and really like motivated by Houston. Loves to be from Houston.
And guys, what is your favorite all-time sports movie? It could be a baseball movie or another sport. Do you have favorite
I saw that on Instagram today. They were showing the top 10 sports movies, and I'm definitely going to have to say Remember the Titans on this one. I love that movie. It's just a movie that brings, camaraderie and a brotherhood together, and they ended up, winning it all. So I thought that was awesome.
James, what about you?
I like Rookie of the Year. It's
Rookie
real fun.
Good choice. All right. And what about you, Norman?
I'd probably have to say Sandlot.
Sandlot. Okay. Yeah. Some guys on another show said Sandlot too. So yeah. And mention all y'all. So yeah, there's a lot of good baseball movies. One of my all-time favorites is Field of Dreams, of course. You've seen that. Just, there's a lot of different meanings in that. And have you all heard the actual field that was carved out? I believe it was in Iowa, like in the cornfield or whatever. That's an actual field that they made for the movie. And a couple major league teams are going to play on that actual field later this summer. So that's going to be
no
cool.
way. I did not know that at all. That is great.
Yeah. They were planning to do it last summer, but for obvious reasons they couldn't. But they are doing it this year, so be on the lookout for that. I think it's sometime midsummer. So when you start, I'm sure there'll be a lot of publicity. So watch that, because it's going to be a unique game, because they're not going to have a big stadium full of stands and that type of thing. And so it's going to be pretty neat and awesome to watch that.
That's going to be awesome.
All right, so to kind of wrap things up a little bit, Nicholas, describe in one word James and Norman.
So I'll start off with James, and
and you guys will have your turn too, so you'll have your revenge back, so don't worry.
I'll have to say James is a clown. That's how I would have to describe him. Look, he's just look, he looks like Joker, he laughs like Joker, but no, he likes to bring, funny stuff to the team, and when we're always being serious, and James is over here laughing at something and saying jokes and doing all that. So I mean that's really good. And one word for Norman, I will definitely have to say a brother, because I think it's crazy how I'm a senior and he's a freshman, and we kind of grew this bond, and we're really close, And I always tell him, say, Norman, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, man. You're gonna miss me, and I'm gonna miss him too. I wish I could play 3 more years with him, but it is what it is.
Storm and Norman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, James, describe Norman and Nicholas in each one word.
For Nicholas, I'll go with I'll say leader. He's more of a leader type. Mm-hmm. He gets me as he was saying, when I'm joking around and stuff, he'll get me serious. And then for Norm, I'll say he's more of a, I don't know. He jokes around a lot. I'll say like a joker. He messes around a lot. Not many people see him mess around. He has to get comfortable. He messes around a lot.
That's good. You got to carve your space in with all them other older guys, right? All right, Norman, what about you? Describe James and Nicholas each in one word.
James, I'd say he's a clown. Yeah. You take things that aren't funny and make them funny, or try to. And then,
all right, and what about Nicholas?
Probably, I'd say motivator, brother type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just about everyone has said that. All right, and then to wrap things up, both you guys, James and Norman, what does TBOD mean to you? Let's start with James.
It's a brotherhood for sure, a family. As soon as you get on a baseball team, you become best friends with all the guys there. They all take you in pretty much. That's what I would say.
All right, what about you, Norman?
I pretty much have to say what James said, but just make us stick together more, grow stronger with each other.
Nicholas, any final comments about these two guys? Let's just go out and win tomorrow. That's all I have to say. And is this going to be live by any chance tomorrow?
The show?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody watching out there, we play at Santa Fe High School at 7 o'clock. So if you're not doing anything, or if you're in the area, come up and watch us.
Yeah, right there off Highway 6. Right next to you. It's right next to the high school. You'll pass the high school, and it's just right there. You can't miss it on the right-hand side. Correct?
And then also our senior night is Friday against Texas City. It's going to be the biggest game of the year, and we'd love if everyone could come out and support us.
Yep, that'll be great. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being part of this episode of Tours Baseball Line. It's my pleasure or my privilege to be a part of this. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. This has been a blast all year long, and we still have more shows to go. And James and Norman, this isn't the last time we're going to see you on this show, because Nicholas and I are going to have a big reunion show, invite all the guys back. So we'll fill up the screen with all these squares and have a big party online and to end the season. So it'll be a blast. So great success and good luck for the rest of the week. And we'll talk to you guys again soon.